Welcome to the channel, welcome to Las Vegas. It's time for another walking tour. So we are pretty much center strip. We've got the Bellagio just to my left. Then we got Caesar's Palace. Across here we got the Flamingo. And then we've got the Horseshoe. And this is pretty much the center. Now I do have another video where I walked up the east side north from this point all the way to the Fontainebleau, the new hotel and casino there. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to walk south down the west side, okay? And we'll have a bit of a chat on the way, of course, and I'll show you some tips and tricks and show you the sights of Las Vegas. And we're going to see how long it takes us to walk from Center Strip down to the Mandalay Bay, which is pretty much south, right down at the other end of the strip. So what we're going to do now is we're going to nip through the Bellagio side entrance here. This was put in just basically to get you over the main roads so that you didn't have to be, you know, sort of walking around the roads. What we'll do is we won't go into the Bellagio. We're going to nip downstairs and we're going to stay on the strip. I will take you through some of the casinos though, so don't worry. Let's pop down the stairs. Isn't it beautiful in the Bellagio? Let's see if we can get through these revolving doors without any pain. I think we'll go through these down here. We ain't got to mess around then. So we're coming out onto that corner junction, which is pretty much center strip. Right, let's take a look. We're going past the Bellagio on our right. On the left is the Cromwell, and they actually have a nightclub and a beach club up on the roof of the Cromwell. It's quite incredible, really. Just have to lift the camera up a touch for you so you can see better. So Bellagio there, where you have the fountains. I think we've just missed the fountain show, but they're all over YouTube, aren't they? And then on the opposite side, we've got a great venue here called Ole Red. Now, Ole Red is Blake Shelton's restaurant and show bar. It's a great place to go. There is a video that I've done all about Ole Red. And then next to it, they're building something called Blondes, which no doubt it'll be another bar as well. So that used to be Bally's, of course, way, way back in the day. Before that, it was the MGM Grand, the original MGM Grand. Next door, of course, is the Paris. Now, there is an indoor link between the two. And if you can see that tower there with the balconies, all those balconies are brand new. They're actually retheming that tower, and it's going to be a part of the Paris Hotel rather than part of the Horseshoe, which originally was. That was originally one of the Bally's towers, and it's now being handed over to Paris. Same owners though, so it's not going to make much difference. We got a bit of caricatures going on here. Try and get through. That's great, isn't it? There are loads of these little stalls that you find along the strip. It's so busy, isn't it? Got a little band here that are getting set up. Now, there was a huge issue when the Formula One was here, because you see all these trees, and the trees over here, they were all removed for the Formula One, and oh my goodness, everybody went mad about it, and quite rightly, because there wasn't really any sort of statement from the Bellagio to say, well, we're going to put the trees back up again once the Formula One's gone. However, they did, thankfully. Whether that was down to people complaining all over social media, I don't know. But thankfully the trees returned. However, of course, we got more Formula One here in November, and the trees will be removed again. So, I don't know. Is it good for the trees? What do I know about horticulture? I hope that's the right word as well. And it's all kicking off somewhere on the strip. That's just regular, isn't it? You know, stick your sirens on. So that was the beautiful Bellagio Hotel. Of course, if you've seen Ocean's 11, the movie, filmed on site there, a lot of it. Right, now that guy was handing out CDs. Did you see him just there? Okay. So he's handing CDs to people. And what happens is he'll say, oh, take my CD, I'm an upcoming artist. And if you say to him, oh, I don't have a CD player, he'll still hand it you and he'll say there's a QR code on the back. So he goes, oh, free CD, free CD. Then he'll ask for it back and he'll say, oh, what's your name? I'll autograph it for you. So he autographs the CD. And then you start to feel, oh, well, I need to give him something. And he'll say, oh, I hope you can help me out with a tip. Because, you know, I'm an up-and-coming artist and, you know, I'm living on tips at the moment. And so at that point you kind of think, oh, he's autographed it. And, you know, he's kind of like, he's given me the CD. So you kind of feel indebted, and then he'll say, oh yeah, if you can you do $20? And you're like, $20? I don't even know what's on the CD. And then they'll work from there. And if you try and hand it back, oh my goodness, like you'll be told, are you racist? What's your problem? I've autographed it for you. What's $20 to you? Is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm white? You know, depending on who gives you it. It's an absolute nightmare. So look, please, please, please do not take the CDs. In fact, don't take anything off anybody while you're on the strip. Seriously, just don't, because there is nothing for free here, all right? Absolutely nothing. People want to separate you from your money. And that includes the showgirls that say, oh, have a picture with us. It includes the monks who walk around and they'll put a bracelet on your wrist and then they'll say, oh, I'll pray for you. And then they want a donation, and the donation is for the local sort of cathedrals and things like that. You know, it's an absolute rip-off. If you're going to tip somebody, tip these bands. Look at this here. A bit hard to get through here. We've got drinks to sale on the strip as well. So there we go. Now, of course, if you want to buy a drink on the strip, that's fine. Just make sure it's a can or something. They do have bottles of water as well, and people say, oh, the bottles of water, they just refill them. Well, you can buy a case of water for like, honestly, $8. It's not worth the while to be refilling the bottle, so they don't do that. So if you need a drink on the strip, don't worry about handing them a couple of dollars, okay? And they sell cans of all sorts as well. Somebody's lost a dog, bloody sheepdog behind us. Yeah, so as I was saying, you know, the CD scammers, they can get really, really nasty. The showgirls, they'll shout at you if you don't give them the money. If you're going to have a picture with a showgirl, just price it up first, get the price first. Don't just suddenly ignore them once you've had your picture taken with them, because they will chase you down the strip. Seriously, it happens. And yeah, the monks, they'll put a little bracelet on your wrist. It's like, I don't know, 10 cents, 20 pence worth. And I think he's playing the Seinfeld theme song. So yeah, they put this little bracelet on you, and then they say, oh, well, they get a little book out, and it's got a picture of like a mosque or a cathedral or whatever it may be this week. And inside, you'll open up this little booklet, and it'll have dollar amounts with people's signatures on. and he'll say, oh, this is how much we were given by such and such a person, and the amounts will be like $5 and $10, stuff like that, and you kind of feel, because you've then got the bracelet on, you kind of feel a bit indebted to them, and you end up just parting with your money. And of course, there is no mosque, there is no cathedral, it's just a scam. Right, we've come into the Cosmopolitan now, and I'm going to show you this beautiful chandelier bar. You know, we are heading downwards. We're only 12 minutes in, so plenty of time. I know we're heading down to Mandalay Bay, but this is one of the places that you've got to nip through. It's an MGM venue. Let me show you this lovely bar here. Let's go across those girls. Look at that. Now they have the machines, look, at the bar. Remember, if you look at my Our Drinks Still Free in Las Vegas video, it tells you all about these machines at the bar and how you can get free drinks. But it is a stunning venue in here, and absolutely huge. Amazing that it got completed, because it got wrapped up in that whole 2008 worldwide financial crash, and it was only part built, and they had to stop building. And you know, it's actually called City Centre where Cosmopolitan is. It's not the centre of the city, it's just a nice name for it. And City Centre, well, we actually thought it wasn't going to get completed. It was billions in debt. Okay, so a miracle that they actually finished it, but they did. They managed to get the construction finished. A little bit different to the Fontainebleau, which I've done another walking video on. That sat empty for about 15 years. They just couldn't get it finished. So anyway, there we are. There's a little nip through the Cosmopolitan. On the opposite side of the road is Planet Hollywood. That used to be the site of the Aladdin. So the original Aladdin was there. Then they rebuilt it as the Aladdin, okay? And you can see, if I just point to, and get my finger in there, that tower there, and the same on that side. So that is how the original Aladdin looked. It was just one tower like that, but that was the design of it. So when they rebuilt the Aladdin, they kind of incorporated it in there. Then it completely crashed and burned. You know, it just didn't work. So Planet Hollywood came along and they bought it, and then they had to completely reskin all of this front. And it used to be really hard to walk down as well, all that front. I'll try and put a picture up for you and show you what it was like. But so it was re-themed inside, completely reskinned, cost them a fortune. But it's been very successful ever since. So we'll keep along this west side. He's a good singer, isn't he?
There's something always told me, as if I really told me wrong.
Right. Here we are, another walkway. Just show you the view from up here. We've got the Polo Towers in the distance. MGM Grand behind. And then on this side we've got the Aria, which we're going to be going past shortly, which is a beautiful building behind us there. And of course on this side, the other entrance to the Cosmo. I'm out of breath. And then let's just have a look down the strip this side. Wonderful. You can see how big the Cosmopolitan is down there, because that's the back entrance to it, Mrs.
Oh, God, blimey.
Okay, on the right here, you see this sort of circular-ish building? It goes all the way down there. Now, originally, all of this part was Harmon Tower, and it was supposed to be 50 floors of hotel space with a casino underneath it, and then it was going to be 50 floors of condominiums. And they got it half built and realised there were issues. So they stopped building and they said, right, well, we'll not do the condominiums, we will just do the 50 floors of hotel space with the casino underneath. Then, even more problems. The building had serious structural issues. I mean, why wouldn't you have done your homework, first of all? So, Harmon Tower was built, and then slowly, piece by piece, it was pulled down. It was an absolute embarrassment. I don't know whether it's been settled in court yet, or whether they are still fighting over who's to blame, the builders, the architects, but an absolute embarrassment. So that area there, that set just empty. It just had sort of a barriers around it, and yeah, what an absolute mess that really was. So right, we're going to go through here, the shops at Crystals, okay, which is still part of the city centre, as they call it. Like I say, that was just a name that was given to the sort of area. Now, this shopping centre, shopping mall, is always empty. I mean, downstairs is sealed off now, maybe due to the time. I mean, it's 20 past 11 at night, so that's sealed off downstairs. But it's literally used as a walkway to get through and to carry on down the strip. It literally does no business in here. I don't know how it survives. As I said about a lot of the shops in the Forum shops, and I've got a video all about the Forum shops and all about the Fashion Show Mall. If you just go into my videos and have a look, I think a lot of these businesses are basically lost leaders, and they have to be seen in Vegas, but they don't make any money at all from these stores. But you've got to be seen there. I mean, that there is sort of a cocktail bar, but it's closed, sealed off, nothing doing, don't know when it opens. Never come through here unless it's just to cut out a section of the strip without being boiling, really. Right, still the city centre, folks, still another building there. I mean, there's the Aria, look, you can kind of see just how big this project was for Las Vegas, and an utter miracle they got it finished. A miracle. I guess it's still being paid for. I mean, I dread to think what sort of money had to be borrowed to complete city centre, but it's massive, it really is. And back in the day along here, it used to just be like little shops, and you could rent sports cars, and they had a little helicopter pad and things like that. And I think there was like a little hotel complex, and it looked like it had like a roller coaster on the front of it, but it didn't. It was just a fake frontage. Now, the only pain with going on this side of the strip versus the other side is you're kind of in and out, in and out, in and out. Instead of just walking straight down the strip, you've got to come inwards, across bridges, downwards, outwards. Whereas on the opposite side, you're literally just walking in a straight line, pretty much. So I wouldn't particularly stay at city centre myself. The issue is, let me just turn around. The issue is that if you're staying up there, right, or at the top of one of these, or the top of the towers in the background, imagine the walk you've got just to get out onto the strip. You know, it's, oh my goodness, must be 20 minutes getting out your room. God forbid you forget your wallet and you've got to go all the way back. So I think it's just a little bit too big. But that's only my opinion. I'm sure they don't really care what my opinion is. They're probably doing millions. So this is new, Whataburger. Used to be Bob's Burgers before it changed. There was a big hoorah about that opening, and I don't know, hasn't it got quiet compared to that centre portion of the strip? I said this on my Fontainebleau video, that as soon as you get past a certain area, things go super, super quiet. Right, this is a CVS, and I'm just going to whiz you into this CVS to show you something which UK viewers will probably appreciate, but please don't turn off if you're from America or other countries. just see if I can find it. I'll nip down here. So they have a pharmacy in here, and it's a really good place to buy all your drinks and everything is in here because it's miles cheaper than going to the stores that are inside your hotels. Right, this is what I was going to show you. So this is melatonin, okay, and you cannot buy this in the UK. You've got to get it. You've got to get it prescribed in the UK. And basically what it is it will send you to sleep. You only need sort of 10 milligrams, which is a couple of tablets. You stick it under your tongue, or you can chew them, because they do chewy ones as well. If you're struggling with jet lag, then pop along to a Walgreens, a CVS, and pick up some melatonin, okay? I'm not giving you doctor's advice, so you can't sue me. But trust me, within half an hour of taking a couple of tablets, you'll be asleep. It's pretty good stuff, melatonin. Right, enough about that. Let's carry on. Because we are coming up to what was the Monte Carlo. On the opposite side, let me just show you on the opposite side, we've got Brewdog there. Now up on the roof is a bar, and you can book into that bar, and you've got, you know, a brilliant view of the Las Vegas Strip from up there. It's not overly expensive either, so I'd certainly recommend going there. You got some clothes stores, etc., just along there in the MGM Grand down the bottom end. But this is coming up to what was the Monte Carlo. And the Monte Carlo, it always reminded me of a prison. Opened around 1997. I did stay there. I wasn't bothered one way or another. And then Park MGM bought it. And so on the front of it, they put this in Italy. So it's basically lots of Italian food, really well priced as well. This used to have sort of some statues in the front there, and you know, little fountains and things when it was the Monte Carlo. And then, as I say, it was the front was all sort of ripped up, and this big Italy was put there. But I just want to show you a picture of the hotel. Let's carry on going and see if you think what I think about the hotel. So that's your main entrance there into Italy. Down here we've got the T-Mobile Arena as well. I don't think I'm going to be able to. So yeah, I can just about see it. Can you see where it says Park MGM? And like the hotel windows are really small. And to me, it looks like a prison. I mean, it used to look even more like a prison when it was the Monte Carlo, because it was just one colour. So, yeah. Over on the opposite side of the road as well is a Stranger Things store. It's like a pop-up store. It's been there about a year now. And they say it's not going to be there forever. But I must put up a video of the Stranger Things store, but it's just on the opposite side there, just past M&M World. Right, here we go. We've got the little white man to cross. So, next up is New York, New York. And they're redoing the marquee. You see there, the marquee, it's all being ripped apart, and there's lots of work going on at the front as well. So we've got to go through another one of these dodgy tunnels. Right. We are going to nip through New York, New York, so I can show you. And inside New York, New York is an escalator that gives you a brilliant view of the casino. It's on the opposite side though. So this is a Shake Shack things. There is the marquee being redone. The marquee actually, when New York, New York opened, they didn't actually have a marquee. It wasn't put in until 7 years later. I have no idea why, but yeah, it just stood without a marquee. Seems a little bit quiet, but it is late. It's a Tuesday night, so it's not like it's the weekend. However, it is, you know, end of July. You'd expect it to have a few people in. There's your sports book. Sports books seem to be getting smaller and smaller across these new casinos. Apart from at Circa downtown, Circa Sportsbook is huge. It's so incredible, Circa. If you've ever been to Fremont Street, then certainly check Circa out. You have these electronic craps machines. You see these? I don't know, they don't do it for me, those electronic ones. For me, you know, like this. I'd want to be stood around a proper table with proper people and... Anyway. Centre bar is always popular. Got your video poker machines and everything, but we're not going to have a drink tonight. We're going to keep walking along because we are heading to the Mandalay Bay, just over half an hour in. Now, it took us about 50 minutes, 50 minutes to get from Centre Strip to Fontainebleau. So I think this is going to take us a touch longer. Anyway, not to worry. Let's keep going. Right, I'm going to show you the view on this escalator. I'm going to have to hold on tight though, so we'll let these people go on first so that we get a decent view. Right. Let me turn around and film. See how big New York is? Isn't it fantastic? Look at that. We've got a Hershey's Chocolate World as well, so amazing. Right, I better turn around. So what we're going to do, we're going to nip through this top area. Up here they have Coyote Ugly, which is a really popular bar. You'd think it'd be downstairs, wouldn't you? But no, it's up here. So if you ever think of coming, they're open 6 till late. And it's always rammed in there, doesn't matter what day it is, what night it is, always rammed. Okay, so we're going to go across another bridge now. And this is going to take us over to Excalibur. Opened 1990 when Vegas, well, they were trying to transition Vegas into a place for families to go. And of course, this looks like a Disney castle, doesn't it? So you can understand what they were trying to do here with the Excalibur. It does have a really good show here called Tournament of Kings. I have got a Tournament of Kings video, and it's really, really good fun, to be honest. I really enjoyed Tournament of Kings. It's kind of like medieval times. If you've ever been to Disney and done medieval times, it's a bit like that. You get a meal and you get the full show. It's about $80, somewhere around there. But you can get 2-for-1 tickets for it quite a lot. And it's now, I think it's the longest running show on the strip now, Tournament of Kings. And yeah, as I say, I enjoyed it. The food was lovely. It was good fun. It's on for about 90 minutes. They serve the food first and you eat it with your fingers. If you want utensils, they will give you them though, if you're a bit posh, you know. But yeah, good show. I would recommend it. They also have the Thunder from Down Under show here. Ladies, gents, if you want to give that a try. And also they've got a restaurant here called Dick's Last Resort. If you've heard of sort of the Karen's Diner thing, where they basically just take the mickey out of you all the way through the meal, that's what Dick's is all about. So we'll have a wander through the Excalibur. It's, as I say, it's 34 years old now. It's had various bits and pieces done to it. This centre bar is relatively new that's ahead of us. There seemed to be a big switch about 10 years ago from gambling to drinking. And, you know, the nightclubs, oh my goodness, the nightclubs are so expensive here in Vegas. Unless you're a girl, in which case you can come in for free, but you know, table service, you can spend $5,000 on table service just so you've got somewhere to sit and listen to some monotonous rap music, or R&B. It's absolute rap music. Maybe that's just my age. But yeah, so a big shift from gambling to drinking, and now gambling seems to be coming back, really. We've got a Johnny Rockets here on the right. Always good fun, Johnny Rockets, great food. You only need one. Don't get yourself an extra burger from there, you'll never finish it. Unless you like beard meats food. So yeah, there we go. So we're going to come out now where the Royal Tower is, and we're going to have a walk down to Luxor, which is our next destination, and then we'll finish at the Mandalay Bay. We might just come in on time, just under the hour, who knows. Thankfully now you have to show your room key to be able to come up into the towers, which has cut back on a lot of issues in Vegas. You know, security is great. Right, let's come through here. And this is where your rideshare area is as well. If you're staying at Excalibur, the rideshare area is right across the other end. I imagine that's been done to keep taxi drivers happy. So which way shall we approach the Luxor? Let's go down the front, I think. We can have a look. So yeah, as you can see, we're kind of at the back side of the Excalibur there. There is the Tropicana, look. Can you see it's all just like been knocked through? All the rooms have been knocked through, and they are going to pull it down. There's the tower there, and then there's a tower just way off in the distance just there. As you can see, the further south we've got, the more quiet the strip is. The real hub of the strip, and this is good advice if you're looking for a place to stay. The real hub is your sort of Flamingo, Bellagio, Caesars, Cromwell, Harrods, The Link. And you do find a lot of deals on the internet. And they say, stay in amazing Las Vegas, but they put you in the Luxor, which is here. Or they put you at the Stratosphere, or Circus, which is right the other end of the strip. So, yeah, that's why they do these deals, because obviously they have an arrangement with the owners of these casinos. And as you can see, it's quiet. You know, quieter than we saw before. So just bear that in mind when you see these deals on Facebook. Vegas, $499 for 4 nights. Yeah, but you end up in here. So you're going to have to spend on taxis or Ubers every day to get anywhere good. Anyway, I mean, it's still all right, but it's just quiet. Look, the bars are closed down there, and the slot machines are quiet. There's just not a lot going on. Anyway, the reason I've come upstairs is not to take you to Diablo's Cantina, which I believe is very nice, is so that we can get over to the Mandalay Bay without being on the strip. And you can see up here that we've got, there's your hotel rooms, look. So you come out your hotel room door and you can look down on this atrium level and down onto the casino level as well. There has been, sadly, in the past, a few suicides of people jumping from up there and landing down here. Bodies exhibition is nothing to do with what I've just said. Well, you could probably save a few quid. There is the Titanic exhibition, which is great fun. If you've never done the Titanic exhibition, basically when you go in, you're given a card. You tell them obviously male or female, and then you're given a card with a passenger name on, and the passenger name will say, you are Anthony James Smith, and you are a wool manufacturer from Leeds in America, in England. Or you might be Lord James III from London. And the ladies, they get Lady Shaniqua, I don't know. So you get given this ticket, and they're actually the names of the real passengers that were on the Titanic. And when you've done the whole exhibition, and there's a huge piece of the Titanic in there as well that you can look at, the biggest piece they've managed to dredge up from the wreckage site. At the end of it, you're told if you lived or died. So, yes, all good fun. Right, so that was the Luxor, okay? We're just going to nip through here now. This is new. This was put in a few years ago, and basically it's, well, it's a little shopping mall. I have actually done a video on this shopping mall because there is a hidden bar in here, which is lovely. And there's also a really nice Irish bar in here, but it's late at night, so everything's closed off. But do check that video out. I've got loads of videos about Vegas on the channel, to be honest. So yes, it was put in here just as a walkthrough. There's a Wahlburgers there. I do like Wahlburgers. Now here's the Irish pub up here on the right. This Irish pub is huge, like seriously massive. On my other video, I take you all around it, but I couldn't believe how big it was when you go inside, like astronomically big. So, see if I can show you through the door, but it won't give you the full impression of what it's like. All through there. Guinness store as well. So this certainly beats walking down a strip in the 100-degree heat. And at the moment, believe it or not, it's 89 Fahrenheit out there. So this is the end of the little shopping mall walkway, and we are now about to enter Mandalay Bay. But it is gorgeous, Mandalay Bay, it really is. I do have a video all about Shark Reef, if you want to check that out. Shark Reef it's good, I don't know, you can whiz through it in 10 minutes if you don't bother reading all the stuff, but if you want to find out about fish, sharks, octopuses and all that, then Shark Reef is great fun. It also now comes with a VR experience, which is included in your ticket price. Tickets are about $35, $40 each. But you can get 2-for-1s in the usual places. If you get the My Vegas app, which is like it's a free-to-play game. You can spend money on it, but I don't. If you get the My Vegas app, you can get freebies, and you can get buy one, get one frees, and things like that for Shark Reef. So I'd certainly recommend getting an app. You can find it on the App Store and everywhere else. So I really hope you've enjoyed this trip down the west side of the strip, centre strip down to south. It's taken us just under an hour. We've been through a few casinos. Please do like and subscribe. I've got loads of info about Las Vegas on the channel, so and other stuff as well. So if you're looking for something to watch all about Las Vegas, then please subscribe to me. Travel honestly. As ever, thank you so much for joining me on this wander down the strip, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.